Hello and welcome to Only Frames. It's a continuation of Season 2 and today's matchup sees Joe versus James. Joe is a new player this season who you would have seen feature in his first matchup against Louis the Dog, the Samaritan himself, and Joe had a very comfortable 5-1 victory. This is James's first appearance on the channel this season. James last season finished about mid-table in the top division. He started off well with an unbelievable draw against the crowd favourite Tom. How he managed to draw that game is beyond me, because Tom is one of the greatest players to ever play the game. But after that, James's form dipped off slightly and he wasn't able to maintain that through the season. Will this year be different? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We join the action. It's been a cagey start to this game. Joe's playing yellows, James is playing reds, and Joe's about to attempt one down to the bottom left-hand pocket. Joe is a lovely, languid, left-handed player. Left-handers have a real style about them, and Joe certainly does as well. He's a good player, Joe, and he will be fancying this clearance, I am sure. But can he take it out? The difficulty was going to be the two yellows close together, but with that positional shot, playing this one to the top right, he's now going to get on them and he'll be able to clear them out the way. A lot of people are installing Joe as their pre-tournament favourite. What do you think? You've seen a little bit of Joe now. Can he dethrone Chris? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Is he the favourite, or is he going to turn into a turnip like England have once he has the weight of that tag upon him? Tune in throughout the season to see his journey. This now, 2 yellows to go, 1 8-ball. This is all about position. How's he going to get there? Little stun off the cushion. Is he going to run it through? Just a little stun. That's not perfect. That needs to go some. That is very short. He is going to need to come up with something very special here. It doesn't even double up to that top left-hand pocket due to that red on the cushion blocking that pathway. What can he come up with? He's playing it to that top cushion. He's going for the middle. He's playing it off the red. That is absolutely brilliant. What a shot by Joe. Could that feature in our best shots of the month compilation? You'll find it on our YouTube shorts. You'll find it on our Instagram, and you'll find it on our TikTok. Our Instagram handle is only.frames, 8-ball pool, and our TikTok handle is onlyframes62. How we missed the 8-ball after that shot is beyond me. That one could feature in our worst shots compilation, which is also available on our Instagram, our TikTok, and our YouTube shorts. But surely now he can end this frame. Does this go to the bottom left? Let's find out. It didn't. Does it treble? Is it got enough on it? It has. It's 1-0 to Joe. He is proper longing this out. So many chances, and he took it eventually. On to the second frame we go with James on the break. James has absolutely smacked open that pack and bashed the granny out of it, and eventually a red drops into the top left-hand pocket. This could be a real opportunity as these balls are spread everywhere. What ones will he take though? He's opting to take the yellows. I think personally I'd have gone for the reds, but you've got to trust your instincts, trust your guts, and take them out as they are in front of you. I think the problem is going to be those 2 yellows towards the top of the table near the pocket where the reds are covering it. They could prove problematic. How will he deal with them? Only time will tell as this frame unfolds. He's left himself long on this yellow, and that's not in the right area code. He's hit the side cushion. He's not threatened the hole, giving Joe a chance to get back to the table at the earliest opportunity. Joe will be absolutely licking his lips to try and take this out. He wouldn't have thought he'd have got back this early, but he is only left with a double. Can he sink this to the middle? And speaking of being sunk, what is the difference between Joe and the Titanic? They know how many men went down on the Titanic. Thank you, I am here all week. And Joe remains at the table, looking to extend his lead to 2-0. Can he see the edge of that red up at the top right hand pocket? He's playing up there, so I assume he can. He could see it, but he hasn't developed them as he would have hoped. But I believe he's still on that one over the top right anyway. But he did push that other red towards the left top hand cushion. He'll be looking again on it early. I thought that cue ball was in for a minute, but he is safe. This has left a tricky positional shot though. Those two reds remain close together. If he's going to take that one on the left hand side, it looks like he's avoiding it. Could be playing a plant, could be playing a cut. He's looking at a few potential options here. Looks like he might be playing the cut down to the bottom right, which he has attempted, but he's nowhere near. That's embarrassing. You're meant to be the good player. And he has given James a chance. But can he stay composed now? An opportunity has presented itself that he wouldn't have expected only a few moments ago. Looking to take this one top right first up, which he does nicely. And he has given himself options. Both of those yellows go. He's perfect on both. Which one will he choose? Maybe look to roll this one in and give himself the angle to take the next one down the bottom, which he has done. Lovely angle. That's good foresight from James. This now is all about the position. He needs to get this white on a string, and that's not it. He's forgot to pot it. He's tapping the table for himself. I assume that was a tap in sarcasm, or maybe he was happy. I don't know. Maybe we'll interview him at the end and find out how he was feeling after missing that ball. Joe has left himself hampered queuing. Can he still sink this? It makes it a bit tricky. He is still fancying to pot it, but he's not good on that last red. What will he do here? Will he look to swerve it? This guy can, but he's being boring and coming off the top cushion. Boo! But he does hit it, which is a miracle in itself. And he even hits a cushion after, although he didn't need to, because if you're full ball snookered in these rules, that is one of the times you don't need to hit a cushion after making contact with the object ball. He has tucked his red onto that 8 ball. Will that prove problematic for both players going forward? James manages to keep the cue ball out, but he couldn't sink the yellow whilst doing it. I don't know if this red goes. Joe is eyeing it up, and all of a sudden we've moved on out of nowhere. Who knows what happened there? Who's editing this footage? That was a disgrace. I want better editing. I don't know what I'm commenting on if you're just switching plays like that. But James has presented the frame to Joe. All he needs to do is roll this one in the middle, take the 8 ball, and it will be 2-0. If anyone can do this, it will be Joe. This is all about position. I think he's straight, which isn't easy. He's going to have to force proceedings. All the gear. Whee! Where's the cue ball? The cue ball goes in. We didn't expect that. This is an opportunity for James. 3 yellows stand between him and levelling up this game. He's playing with the white ball. Woo! But which way will he go? He's probably going to take this plant first, just to try and make this a real shoe-in of a frame. Looking to make the plant, gets nowhere near, and that yellow has bounced further than he would have hoped, but it hasn't blocked the potting angle, which is a result in itself, but he hasn't been able to get on the ball. You needed left-hand side, man, but he's going to take it long. Can he nail it? No, he can't, and he's left the 8 ball up. Joe, how'd you like him? This for 2-0. He can't believe his luck. The man himself goes 2-0 up, but it shouldn't be the case. It should be 1-1. On to the third frame we go with James at the table. We join the frame early doors with James at the table playing those yellow ones. He's already put in one of them, and now he has one over the hole, which he rolls in nicely. Looking to take this one to the bottom left. Roll this in, and he should be on the ball over the bottom hole, which he is, but he still has that tricky one left next to the 8 ball, which he tries to disturb, and that is very, very unlucky. That was a good attempt, but unfortunately, by hitting into that yellow, he's pushed it near the red, and I don't believe it goes anymore down to the bottom right. He needs to get in behind it to have any chance of potting it. Maybe it does go. He's played on it as though it does. I wasn't sure it did, and all of a sudden, he's chalking his cue. He knows the importance of this pot. Joe will fancy his chances if he can get to the table, but James, the ball is in your court. Can you pot this one to put some pressure on Joe? It's a good attempt. It goes in, and he's on the 8 ball. This to half the deficit. Straight into the middle, James. Deep breath. You can do it, man. You can do it. No, he can't. Oh my God. I can't believe what's happened. He lifts his head. He is absolutely distraught. How will he come back from this? Will he come back from this? Will he get another visit in this frame? I'm not so sure. Joe will be absolutely licking his lips, and he loves lips licking. That's not as easy to say as you think it would be. All of a sudden, just the 5 reds between him and the 8 ball. He's flying round. He's like sugar. That one's nicely dispatched to the bottom right. This guy is at a canter. No, I didn't call him a cant. He's at a canter. But can he continue this? Can he make it 3-0? That was nicely cued. Now only the 3 reds between him and the 8 ball. Taking this one to the top left-hand pocket. Probably roll it in and get on that one towards the top pocket. Can he do so? Yes, he can. Now, this is all about positioning. Luckily, that red is not on the cushion, but it is going to take a good shot. Little stun in behind, lovely jubbly, that's nicely done. Now just the 1 pot, natural position, roll this into the top left, 3-0, Bob's your uncle. Lucky Barry's not your uncle because he's in prison for what he done to Chris all them years ago. If you are listening, Barry, good evening, buddy. It's 3-0 to Joe. He only needs 5. He's 66% of the way there, if my maths is correct, which it isn't, because he's only 60% of the way there. I need to visit Rachel Riley. That's a disgrace. But we are onto the full frame. Can James get a frame on the board? He's at the table. Let's find out. We join the action early in the frame, and only 1 yellow and 1 red is currently off the table, and James is playing the yellow balls. Once again, these are all there. Can James find some composure and start a mini revival and hopefully get back into this game, as a lot of these frames have been close, but Joe has just been edging them when it matters most, when it gets down to that 8 ball. But this is a real chance, and that is a lovely little cannon, and these have really opened up now. Those top 3 shouldn't be a problem for James, just about rolling them in and keeping hold of that white ball, and then the tricky positional shot to get on that last yellow near that 8 ball. He did have a look up to see where it was. Oh, he's cannoned into that yellow there, making proceedings slightly more tricky as he has nudged it onto the cushion. We'll take this one long to the bottom right, which is nicely potted. Where's the cue ball? It hits a knuckle and stays out, but this isn't an easy pot. Will he look to cut it, or will he look to double it? He's chalking his cue. James does actually play with a spear tip, meaning he can get a lot of action on it, but also you're very likely to miscue at any point. Hopefully you haven't commentators cursed him there as he gets down on this shot. What's he going to do? He's looking to take it long, but that was tricky. And there's the cue ball. Cue ball's in. That's a loo ball, bringing Joe to the table with a shot and a visit, with 6 of those cherries between him and the 8 ball, and a 4-0 lead. And he's immediately hitting James's ball, developing his own and sending James's towards a cushion, but it hasn't gone tightly on the cushion, and Joe does have another tricky ball on the right hand rail up towards the top of the table. Will he look to get on it early? Will he have something up his sleeve? This guy is the wizard sleeve, but can he find position on that last ball? Looking to take this one to the middle to run that white nicely up the table, which he has done, nicely weighted, but still that red remains on the cushion. Play a positional shot, man. Try and get on your tricky ball. What is he thinking as someone walks across his eye line as he's down on that shot? But that won't put this guy off. What will he do here? Top left potentially, little stun over and try and get in behind that red ball to take it long, but he couldn't force the angle. But he potentially has left a double. Can he make it? Will he fluke it? Will he find the treble? He's played the double. That's nowhere near, and he's given James a chance. Not an easy chance, but still a chance. If you want to beat players like Joe, you have to take the big balls when it matters. And this isn't the first time James has taken a big ball. Let me tell you that for nothing. Looking to take this bottom left. That's unlucky. It wasn't easy. Can he find the snooker? No, he can't. This is a tricky pot for Joe, though. Looking to take it to the top left. Can't see position being an issue, as the cue ball should naturally come around the angles, but he has stunned it in, leaving it up towards the top of the table. Not sure I'd have played, but I'm a terrible player, so that doesn't really matter. And I'm sure Joe won't be taking advice off me anytime soon. Looking to take this to the bottom right, which he does, and he opens up a 4-0 lead. It is a best of 8. It's a race to 5. As soon as Joe hit the 4, he's guaranteed himself a point, but he will be looking for all 3. And that's a decent break. Can he finish with a dish? Let's hope so, because this game needs one. It has been an okay standard, but we want some top standard stuff. That's why we're paying Joe the big bucks. He needs to start delivering if he wants to keep getting the paycheck each month. Taking that red down to the bottom left, which he does do, and he nudges out the 8-ball early. Was that intentional? Who knows, but I hope it was. And he's showing us foresight that he is after the clearance off the bat. What a way to end that would be. And in a greedy sense, it would also provide content for our TikTok and for our Instagram. Our TikTok, which is OnlyFrames62, and our Instagram, which is only.frames 8-ball pool, where you can find us taking on all kinds of challenges. Recently, Joe took on a lineup challenge one-handed. I won't spoil it for you, but yes, he did manage to complete it. Not ever in the history of OnlyFrames did we think that would happen. This guy's probably better one-handed than he is two. If you would like to see him play a whole match one-handed this season, let us know in the comments. If we can get 20 people say we want to see it, then I will ensure it happens. I'll break his other arm if I have to ensure that happens for you, the consumer. If you want it, once again, let us know in the comments. But Joe can't currently pot two-handed, which is interesting. As like a ghost at a nudist beach, I wouldn't have seen that coming. James now playing the yellows, rolling that one into the middle, but he has finished tight to them other two. Can he force this one into the middle? No push shots, please, James. We've had enough controversy on this channel with push shots, where Brad is a regular. He's a push shot enthusiast, which normally he saves for trains. He is like Francis Bourgeois. He's a virgin. Brad, who was involved in one of our most controversial videos ever, currently on YouTube. It's called Cheaters. Give it a watch. Brad push shots at least 36 times in the game and never at any point admits to one. And he done it against the fans' favourite, Tom. Tom was fuming. He was livid. He had tears in his eyes where he was robbed. Brad is like a mosquito, only he doesn't stop sucking when you slap him. And speaking of sucking, if Joe could get this over with, that'd be great. I've got things to do, but this cue ball's tightly on the cushion and he can't find a pot, and he's playing safe. Well, he can't pot from there, Joe. Nobody can pot with the cue ball in the pocket. End this game. I want to go home. James has 6 yellows. Finish it off. Get some entertainment into this game. He's taking his time. Why has the editor kept this in? Are you a moron? I'm paid by the minute. You're paying me here to fill time. Sort it out. Louis, the dog, he's today's editor. He's actually done a great job. This was his first ever edit, and I hope you agree it's been a fantastic one. Obviously, the best part of it has been myself, but apart from that, you know, he filmed it okay, and finally we skip forward in the frame. Hopefully this is the end. Only 2 reds to go. Joe rolling one towards the bottom left. There's the plant. This is all about the positional shot. Can he make it happen? Yeah, simple rolling. 8-ball to the middle for 5-0 for Joe to keep up his 100% record at the start of this season. Could he win the league?